What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. And this time we're taking a look at the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, written and directed by James Gunn. This is the second of the Marvel presentations on Disney Plus. Let's waste no time. Let's get over it. Overall, I enjoyed this holiday special. I liked it. I like how this thing wasn't high stakes or high octane. It was just a simple Marvel Christmas story about how Drax and Mantis are told a story about how Yondu once ruled Christmas for a young Peter Quill. Having feeling sorry about this, they want to give Peter the best Christmas of all. And their idea is to have Peter meet his hero, Kevin Bacon. That's the overall premise of this short. Now, does this short have some revelations? Make some revelations? Yes, it does. But that's not the central focus. The central focus is on Mantis and Drax trying to find Kevin Bacon and bring him back to nowhere, which is now owned by the Guardians. I thought it was really well done, very well written. It was very funny in a lot of areas. I think Mantis and Drax are an underrated MCU duo, and I kind of want them to explore more and I want Gunn to explore more of a relationship with Mantis and Drax, because I think you can get a lot of mileage out of these two. I thought Palm Kelementif and Dave Bautista have really good on-screen chemistry with one another. And this goes back to Guardians 2, where I think James Gunn was teasing a bit of a romance between these two. I would like to see more of an expansion on that in Guardians 3. But having them do this little side story really enhances that fact, because they act like a bickering married couple. And it's really fun. You know, Mantis has this naivety, and Drax, he's someone who takes everything so literal that he doesn't even know the difference of he doesn't know the differences between things. That zany humor really complements this special, which is just about having fun. Kevin Bacon, who played a fictionalized version of himself, I thought was hilarious. I thought Kevin Bacon was really good in this special, and I think it's pretty cool that a fictionalized version of Kevin Bacon now exists within the greater MCU. I thought that was pretty cool as well. The short also makes reference of Quill being very down because of what happened to Gamora in the events of Infinity War and Endgame. But I also like how Gunn didn't dwell on that. I like the animated wraparounds that sees a young Peter Quill and Yondu. I thought that was well handled. You know, the opening animation shows Yondu being typical Yondu. You know, him saying, Christmas is this, Christmas is that. We're Ravagers. We don't do this kind of stuff. And then when you get to the end, and then when you get to the epilogue animation bit, you know, we see that Yondu saw the present that Quill gave him, and he gives Quill a present back. And it goes back to that first Guardians movie in which it's constantly said that Yondu always had a soft spot for Peter. And it also goes back to Guardians 2 about how Yondu always viewed Peter as a son to him. So I like all that stuff. You know, get a chance to see Yondu break that tough guy exterior when he's around, when it's about Peter. I enjoy it. It works really well. And even in the animated bits, it works really well. And it was fun to see and to hear Michael Rooker once again reprise the role of Yondu. Even if it's through voiceover, it's still Michael Rooker, who's always been awesome as Yondu. Now, in terms of the other things this special has, I like the overall look of Nowhere. It has this very uniqueness to it. I like the Christmas aesthetic that the Guardians give Nowhere. It looks very vibrant, looks really colorful, very fun. There's this musical bit that happens at the beginning of the short, which is pretty entertaining, in which these aliens completely misinterpret what Christmas means, and you have Peter constantly cutting in and saying, no, that's not right. No, that's not it. Like, what are you talking about? I thought that stuff was pretty funny. Of course, the stuff on Earth with Mantis and Drax trying to get Kevin Bacon, that was just a nice hilarious chase that happens. And of course, the big payoff of Quill meeting Kevin Bacon, I thought was also well handled. And the reaction of Quill just being horrified at the fact that Drax and Mantis kidnapped Kevin Bacon was absolutely hilarious. So, this short has a lot of hilarity to it. I like it a lot. But it also has some good beats to it as well. Like, we get the revelation of Mantis and Quill being half-siblings because of ego. That was nice. Nebula gives Rocket the arm of Bucky. How Nebula got this arm, I don't know. But that's a nice little callback to Infinity War when Rocket first meets Bucky and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get that arm." So I like how that has like a nice little payoff. I hope that Nebula didn't really steal Bucky's arm and she just managed to find a prop of it, because I think it'd be really really weird that Nebula would just take this man's arm and then throw it and then deliver it to Rocket as a gift. I think that would be really really dumb. But that's just me personally. What else is there to cover with this special? I think I've hit all the major beats when it comes to this special. Like I said, this thing didn't have any grand revelations, with the exception of the Guardians now being in charge from nowhere after buying it from the Collector, and the revelation of Quill and Mantis being siblings. Other than that, this thing was just about having fun and just about telling a nice little Christmas story featuring the Guardians before they go on their last big adventure in Guardians 3. So I think as an overall, I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. Is it anything special? No. But is it a lot of fun, and are you going to get a lot of laughs out of it? And you have very fun, entertaining performances from Palm, Clementif, Batista, and Kevin Bacon who hold this together? Absolutely. The chemistry with these three is a lot of fun. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll check you back next time for more.